Welcome back. For more on our top stories and others, please visit our website channelstv.com and youtube.com/channelsweb. You can also log on to m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device, or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows devices from their respective stores. The Channels TV and the Channels 24 apps will give you access to news and updates. You'll also have access to the Eyewitness feature, with which you can share pictures, videos, or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, tap and swipe to reveal the menu, then you can follow the instructions. The federal government and the World Bank are stepping up efforts in rebuilding and rehabilitating the northeastern states affected by the Boko Haram insurgency. In Yobe State, the partnership through the Fadama III project seeks to bring respite to communities severely hit by the terrorists. Beneficiaries of the Agric Support Project have applauded this initiative, which empowers their local businesses and is positively impacting on their lives.
Relief has continued to come the way of communities in Yobe State. What was once a shadow of itself, life is fast returning to this community. The Fadama III project is supporting residents in subsistence agriculture as they hope to improve their well-being. Over 20 communities and more than 5,000 beneficiaries have been empowered by the Fadama III project in the area of capacity building in numerous fields. The program manager in the state, Musa Garba, speaks on the intervention.
These are some of the intervention packages of Fadama III project, and in fact there are many of them which include capacity building to the beneficiaries, advisory services for them to be able to do these livelihood activities with technical know-how, and they were even trained on how to make profits out of what they are doing, just to do it as a hobby, but to make it as a business. All these are part of the packages that the Fadama III AF2 project is bringing to the doorstep of those affected by the insurgency.
Having received farm inputs and equipment, some of the beneficiaries show gratitude to the initiators of the project.
kuma ya kara mana kayan abinci da wasu abubuwa, kuma da muna godiya, muna neman gwamnati ya sake tallafa mu da wasu abubuwan da wanda ba mu da shi mu samu karuwa ci gaba na gaba.
Gujba, Gulani, Gaidam and Yunusari are communities in Yobe State where the project have fully kicked off, and other communities are hoping such interventions come their way too.
Strategic coalition, unlocking opportunities and regional development. These are some key issues the Governors Forum Nigeria Southwest are deliberating on as they meet today in Ogun State. The governors are meeting under the aegis of the Development Agenda for Western Nigeria Commission, made up of governors of Ogun, Lagos, Oyo, Ondo, Osun and Ekiti. The body was set up in July 2013 by the governments of the Southwest states as the institutional and program management body to midwife the original integration agenda. It is also to ensure that the development agenda leads to improvement in the well-being and the quality of lives of the people of that region. Forestry officials from these Southwest states have decided to increase cooperation against the rampant and wanton destruction carried out by farmers, hunters and loggers in various forest reserves in the region. At a meeting of the states in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, participants agreed to increase forests cover from the existing 4% to 25% in the next 30 years, as stipulated by the Food and Agriculture Association. While discussing reforms in the current forestry and wildlife laws, they called for more security officials at forest reserves, as well as further education for locals on the need for biodiversity conservation in the Southwest.
We at NCF recently, in June, launched the Green Recovery Nigeria Initiative with the aim of getting Nigeria's forest cover from its present level of about 4% to the FAO target of 25% over the next 30 years. One of the things we did at the launching was to show the current map of Nigeria's forest cover. So depicting the areas of forest with green to show where there's forest cover. Going back 40 years to show where we were.
We cannot just fold our arms and allow the illegal operators in our forest reserves, like the illegal farmers, illegal timber contractors, to continue to do what they are doing with impunity. We just need to come together like we are today. Ogun State Ministry of Forestry and the Southwest Director of Forestry are meeting here in collaboration with the Nigerian Conservation Foundation for us to look at ways of protecting our forests, especially the conserved areas.
The Nigeria Customs Service Federal Operations Unit Zone A says it has raked in over 2.5 billion naira between January to June 2017. The unit, in a statement, said following intensified anti-smuggling operations, its men intercepted various contraband with the duty paid value of about 1.3 billion naira. The unit, through its interventions, recovered over 1.2 billion naira from duty payments and demand notices on general goods that tried to beat the system from seaports, airports, and border stations through wrong classification, transfer of value, and short change in duty payment that are meant for the federal government of Nigeria. The Controller, Federal Operations Unit Zone A, Mr. Mohammed Garba, says in the months under review, 95 suspects were arrested in connection with the seizures, and 475 different seizures were recovered, comprising foreign parboiled rice, frozen poultry products, vegetable oil, smuggled vehicles, Indian hemp, arms, fake pharmaceutical, medical equipment, and various general merchandise. As part of its efforts to boost and diversify its economy, the Cross River State government is partnering with the Shanxi province of China to undertake a geological mapping of the entire state. The state governor, Ben Ayade, says the exercise is aimed at establishing a detailed record of all minerals deposits in the state and choose viable alternatives to oil.
It is good news to announce that as an outcome of that agreement that was signed by way of the instrumentality of the twin sister agreement, states, province to state, today we have a team, an amalgam of intellectuals and high-skilled senior geologists who have come out from the province of Shanxi to work with us towards mapping out, investigating every single kilometer of the soil of Cross River, spanning through the 21,000 square kilometers, taking them 3 months of continuous stay in Cross River State to ensure that by the time they are done, they should be able to identify where we have our gold, uranium, tantalum, metallurgical bauxite, and every other mineral, of course, taking for granted things like basalt and things like limestone. They are here to investigate and tell us what quantity of each mineral and at what point and which location, which local government and which village is located. It's a very extensive work. In my normal purity and sincerity, this project does not cost Cross River State government any money.
Governor of Cross River State, Ben Ayade, and when News Across Nigeria return to tell you how residents of a community in Delta State are crying out for help. Please stay with us.